The Dynaflash, straight eight.
That's on the other side.
Oh, it's on the other side. Oh, see this one. Now, what was this model called? You said it was a 40C. That's what this model is called. The Buick Dynaflash oil cushion valve in head. Look at that. That is spectacular. I was at a show last month and the guy had a 1917 Buick. It was model D435, right? It was same thing. It was a cabriolet, a four-door, but it was in poor condition. But the fact, they had an exposed valve train in that engine. He had a six-cylinder, and it was a beautiful-looking car, though.
Yeah, 31. 1931, they went to the straight eight.
Okay, all
And they
right,
kept increasing the cubic inches
all right.
every year or two.
I believe it. I can see that. I can see that. Now I was at the auction last week in Carlisle, and the guy had a 1938, but it was a Century.
Right.
A Century. But he had a hard. It was a hard roof, but it was a six window. But I remember this same long hood here because he was parked next to a Chevrolet.
Okay, he had a two-door sedan then.
No, it was a four door. It was a four-door sedan.
A two-door, a four-door.
Yeah, four-door sedan.
Four-door
But it had six windows. It was a six window, but it came with the extra.
Regular hardtop.
Yeah, yeah,
Sedan.
yeah.
Well, the Century is this body
Okay.
back,
All right.
and then you extend it forward to put the
Okay.
Roadmaster engine in.
All right.
So it was
Okay.
the first factory hot rod.
Oh.
In other words, production.
Right.
First factory production hot rod. Now, like
Okay.
Olds 88
Right.
carried that out all through the later years. They carried out the concept of the factory stuffing a bigger engine into a smaller body.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you get like those
But
wheels
it's
76
this
and the
body
78. Okay.
It's the special back and cowl forward. It's the 320
Oh.
cubic inch engine.
Wow. Yeah, because when I was there, this was the Century's parked next to a Chevrolet Master Deluxe.
Oh.
And I was like, well, you can see the difference.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the difference.
Two different bodies.
Yeah.
Chevy had the B body, the what was it, A body, and this had the B body.
All right.
The C body then, 1940, was like they called it pregnant. Had curved doors. It was lower.
Wow.
The Super Series, 1940.
Wow. This is a beautiful paint job.
First year for four-wheel coil.
Oh, yeah?
Suspension, too. It doesn't have leaf springs in the rear.
All right.
They always had coil from 38 on.
All right.
They were thinking about an independent rear suspension, but it didn't go with the torque tube. They had a Mercedes. They were testing Mercedes because they had the independent rear and 38, but it didn't go with the torque tube.
Right.
Because you have an enclosed drive shaft here. But the four-wheel coil suspension did. I have airplane shocks in this, the tube shocks, but apparently there was a stability problem, so they went back to the lever shocks in 39.
All right.
This is the last year for the floor shift.
Okay. Then I had a hydromatic after that?
Well, that's a different issue. Buick was building the semi-automatic, what they call the safety transmission for Oldsmobile. General Motors had Buick build those transmissions. In other words, it was like Chrysler's fluid drive.
Right.
In other words, you just shifted once, the clutch pedal once, and then you go through the gears on the column. You don't do it with the clutch.
Okay.
So you only shift once with the clutch, and then it's second and third on the column. So it's like a semi-automatic.
Yeah, from a complete stop.
So they tried the semi-automatic with the 38 special only, and supposedly it was a disaster because of the torque tube, the enclosed drivetrain, but had a 3.6 rear. Lower, in other words, your automatic transits tended to have lower numerical rear ends, so you didn't have the valve noise when you went to higher speeds.
Highway speeds, right.
But it was a disaster. They only used it 1 year until Dynaflow came out.
Dynaflow, yeah, okay.
Because it worked for the olds, and then in 1940 they went to the hydromatic, and then 41 Cadillac adopted the hydromatic because olds was the test car. That was the experimental car.
Yeah, back then, right?
At the time.
Yeah. Because Oldsmobile got everything first to work out the
Yeah.
bugs,
But
and
there's
then
still, I've seen a couple with a semi-automatic, and apparently it was a bearing or a bushing problem. And the upgraded cars, apparently there's no problem with the
all right.
semi-automatic 38 Buicks. It was a bearing or a bushing that was responsible for the problem.
All right. So when did you get it repainted?
Yeah, the seat is fixed. So you have a fixed seat.
Right.
It's part of the frame.
Yeah, that's
It
great.
actually gives frame support. In other words, most of the convertible sedans at the time had this for rigidity. So you
Right.
screwed this out, and then windows went down, and then you put the top back.
Right.
But
That's
this is a fixed seat. The
fixed seat.
Roadmaster gave you the option of having the seat, the cushions, come forward and back. But this is an integral part of the frame.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Rigidity.
Yeah, great for rigidity.
So you had to be, the average height at that time was about, for a male, was 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
A woman would be 5'2", 5'3", no problem. But if you were a big person, you needed the Roadmaster, because
Yeah.
Century had the same thing as this. So you needed the Roadmaster in order to adjust the seat back and forth.
All right. This is not very nice though. And it's got that.
This has dual speakers. Buick pioneered the radio in the dashboard.
Okay.
Before that, you'd have the head, and then you'd have your whole radio
An external. Okay.
down here, the whole working radio down here. And this would give you a speaker, so you'd have dual speakers. Have a 37 LaSalle like this.
Oh,
Buick
wow.
introduced the RCA radio in 1938, totally inside the dash. So this is there's an accessory speaker.
Okay.
So you actually have two speakers, dual speakers in here.
And those control right there for the vents.
Yeah, this is the heater.
The heater.
Yeah, it's all the way over
Okay.
on the left.
Right. So blend those for the vents. Okay. Great. And this was the original color?
Original color. This is the way.
This is beautiful. It's got like a watermelon theme to it.
Yeah,
Green.
gray,
Yeah.
red leather. If you had a red leather option, they gave you the option of the red wheels, or else
Oh, all right.
these be ice blue wheels on a sedan.
Uh-huh.
It would be ice blue
And then
color.
there's a zipper for the rear window.
But with the red leather option, you had the option of having red wheels.
Yeah, that's great.
Homer Gray.
Homer Gray.
Sorry, Dante.
Dante.
Red.
Dante Red. Yeah. There's a Buick Dynaflash straight 8 oil cushion valve in head. That's some good stuff. How long have you had it? How long have you had this car?
I'm sorry?
How long have you had this car?
Oh, since 79.
Wow.
I got it from a surgeon. But I first saw this car before the surgeon bought a Roaring 20s Autos
Okay.
down Tom's River.
All right.